that I know a lot of you guys are gonna say it's automatically broken. This should not be a thing. All right, so believe it or not, I have a bunch of people coming into my stream talking about, let me see your build, let me see your build, let me see your class, let me see your perks, let me see your aspects, let me see your stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a video for you guys right here, the Warlock main, your boy Prodigy. I ended up figuring out this crazy build, and I believe it's probably the strongest we have ever been in Destiny. Like, I truly cannot wait for high level content, because this low level content just does not do it justice. You're gonna notice that I'm not gonna use my energy, I'm not gonna use my heavy, and it's just gonna be insane what I'm about to do with this build. It's just gonna literally me bringing mayhem into PvE. I literally went and got the game mode mayhem and I brought it with me, and it's insane. I truly love it. Like, this is so fun that I know a lot of you guys are gonna say it's automatically broken, this should not be a thing, but to be honest, this has been extremely fun. Like, I already have a couple people already copying the build, and it's just been a joy. It's been fun. It's just been dope to do. You feel extremely powerful, feel extremely strong. Your abilities keep coming back, your melee keeps coming back, your grenade keep coming back. It's just, I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of explaining exactly what's going on. Alrighty, boys, so the best way for me to kind of explain this build to you guys is to kind of do it live. Believe it or not, it's definitely the easiest. I'm going to explain everything to the T. There's a lot to it. There's artifact mods, there's your actual class mods, there's exotics, there's your weapon mods, there's your well mods. There's a few things that go into this build, but it's not hard. I promise you, you probably have all the materials, you have all the mods already. You just need to take the time to set it up the proper way. So to explain real quick how everything works is kind of based around well mods. So if you don't know about well mods, we're going to show that into detail. And it's also based around your artifact and a lot of the new abilities that we got introduced with Void. So for example, whenever I get a Void kill, a melee kill, or a kill after I use my class ability, I'm going to spawn a well. Pay attention. I use my grenade, it spawns a little purple well, right? I use my melee, it also spawns a little well. I use my class and I get a kill, it also spawns a well. Why do we want these wells? Picking up these wells recharge our ability, at least for the missing ones that we have. It gives us bonus damage, it gives us volatile rounds, and it makes shit go crazy. That's literally the only way I can explain it. We didn't like wells back in the day, but now we love wells. Like, if you don't know about wells, you need to know about wells. Well is the way. Alrighty, so like I explained, we're gonna throw a grenade and see what happens. Make that little well, right? Where's that little well? We're gonna grab this well. When we grab this well, at the bottom left, you're gonna notice volatile rounds. When we use volatile rounds, we fill up enemies and they explode. We fill up enemies and they go kaboom. We fill up enemies and they just go kaboom. It's just automatically for like 17 seconds. They just go kaboom, kaboom, kaboom. And look at my grenade, look at my melee, look at all my stuff. Everything already came back. And that's because of the way we have it set up. And I'm gonna go into detail on how everything is set up. So now that you know, there's 3 mods. There's the one for your well, there's the one for your melee, and there's the one for your grenade that allows you to generate wells when you get powered ability kills. So let me show those to you. Number 1, we're gonna go with the boot. We have elemental ordnance, which is killing grenades. You generate a well. You need that on. Next thing in the boot, that way we can go over on the same time. Whenever you pick up orbs, it reduces your grenade. It doesn't have to be perfect to the T. Once you get to the build going on, you get to start messing with it yourself, you can take on perks, take off perks, and figure out what works best. And I can even appreciate the comments if you guys have even better ideas. But this is what I got going on. You guys copy it to the T, or you guys can make your own. Moving on to the next thing I said is whenever you use your class ability, you generate a well. So there goes. It has to be on Void though. If you notice, it's purple, which means you have to be on a Void class. And go ahead and put on this perk, which is called Reaping Wellmaker. You spawn. It doesn't matter what class you are. If it's your Warlock, if it's your Hunter, if it's your Titan. So as you pop your class ability, you're gonna pop a well. On top of that, here we have a little protective perks, and we also have reduced incoming void damage. I don't know if you guys know about these, but really, really good. 30% reduction damage from solar, 30% reduction from arc, and also 30% reduction from void. So literally we're 30% reduction damage from everything in the game. Except stasis, I guess, because stasis is not here. Next thing on the list is we have arms. We explained that melee kills also generate wells. So here are the this is an artifact mod. So if you're looking at it, well, how do I get this? Where do I get this from? This little blue mod. You need to unlock it first from your artifact. Go down to your artifact, go down to well maker right here. And then once you unlock it from here, you can see it says it's an elemental well mod, which means it can spawn on anything. It can spawn on any location. So when we go to our arms, it doesn't matter what color it is. If it's arc void, it just spawns right there. Next thing we have is the exotic helmet, the NEZAREC. The chat put me on this, stream put me on this. It was a bonus. So again, if you guys have any ideas, I'll take it in the comments. The NEZAREC, it really recharges your void abilities when you're using void abilities. So now that you're using your melee, it recharges your grenade, and if your class is empty, it recharges your class, and vice versa. You know, it recharges all your void abilities insanely well. On the helmet, we also have an artifact mod called volatile flow, and this is what gives you that crazy effect on the grenades when they start to well, not the crazy effect on the grenades, the crazy effect on the weapons. They have to also be void. If you do not have a void weapon, if you notice, it says picking up a void elemental well grants your void weapons. It could be any void. It could be auto rifle, it could be heavy, it could be rocket. But what I truly recommend is high fire rate weapons and high capacity weapons. So anything like SMGs with 900 RPM and like crazy mag size, like 20, 29, like, well, 39, something really big. Auto rifles with high RPMs and crazy mag size, because it's going to help you get them explosions happening over and over and over again. And another perk that you want to have is, well, you don't really need to have these. You can, again, you can mix and match, find out what works best for you. I'll take, I'll take any advice you guys have, any comments you guys have. I'll check them out. I read all the comments. I give you guys all hearts because I look at them. But because we're going to be constantly using our grenades, we're constantly getting our grenades back, is like, why not get our super back for free from all the grenades we're going to be throwing? Final perk at the class. This is also going to give you even more damage to your weapons once you pick up volatile flow. And this one is called Font of Might. Picking up an elemental well that matches your subclass, which is void, and we're getting void well. What does it do? Energy type grants a temporary boost to your weapon damage of that same elemental type. So if we pick up a void elemental well, it's going to boost our void damaging weapons only. It's not going to boost all our damaging weapons. So make sure you're doing it properly. So your volatile weapons are the ones that are going to be doing the crazier damage. We also have here, in case if you somehow lose all your recharge abilities, you can't recharge your grenades, you can just simply do a finisher. And I think they buffed up this perk to the point where I love it. You literally use your whole entire super energy bar as grenade energy bar. Once you start playing with this build, you'll understand what that means. With this perk, you can use your whole entire super energy bar as grenade energy, and it's insane. You can have up to almost 5 grenades going off at once, almost, like, at least with specific classes. And finally is whenever you use your class ability, you're gonna get back your grenade. That way you're constantly getting your grenade. Again, these don't have to be to the T, but they help. So you need these artifact mods, and you need similar build to this. Once you have that, remember, you need void weapons. And if you don't have this SMG, I'm telling you right now, this is Recluse 2.0. If you haven't seen this SMG right now, you need to go get it. Recluse 2.0. I recommend these perks. Maybe you can get subsistence. Maybe you can get pulse wave. Maybe you can get even auto loading holster and enhance it, the new auto loading holster. But this is the new, they brought back Recluse, boys. Recluse is back in the game. It's here. Regarding your subclass, I know some of you guys are like, oh, okay, that's it, I'm done, I'm finished, Acabó. Well, you also need your subclass. You need Devour, you need to keep healing, you need to keep things recharging, and these are the exact mods that I have on. So Healing Rift, Burst Glide, I don't even know what this is. What is this? This is my melee. I'm actually not a big fan of the melee, believe it or not. Maybe I need to get used to it more. Maybe we need to just figure out how to use it even like to the T perfect, but I'm not a big fan of the melee. I feel like it's slow. I feel like it just does whatever it wants to. It tracks whoever it wants to. It's not very precise. I'm not in control. Not a big fan of it. But I'm still using it. It's the only one I got. I'm using scatter grenades. I think scatter grenades are so strong, like so strong. Really, really, really good. Definitely use them. And finally, you got the Feet of the Void and Child of the Old Gods. You got these two. The reason I got these two is because they offer me 2 fragment slots, and they offer me 2 fragment slots for a total of 4 fragment slots. I'm not also a big fan of this, but we got stuff that makes things work, and we have provision, which is damaging targets with grenades. You need to learn these. That way you know what you're doing in game. A lot of you guys are going to copy this to the T and just move on with life and act like you're a monster and you're a beast and you're MOG and whatever. But learn these perks, learn these mods so you know what you're doing in game. That way you're consciously doing something. I'm throwing my grenade to heal. I'm throwing my melee to get back my grenade. I'm throwing my grenade so I can get back my super. I'm doing a finish. So that way you kind of understand what you're doing. You're not just mindlessly throwing abilities, throwing grenades, like messing it up. There's, figure out what's the proper order. Read these things, understand what they do, and this is the build. We got provision, we got exchange, we got undermining, and we have expulsion. I feel like I'm saying that weird, but yeah. And believe it or not, I got even a more broken build coming for the warlock. So make sure you guys subscribe, hit notifications so you guys can catch it. Peace.